Mr. Morris, why are you here?
Well, because I believe that we should leave the EU. I don't think it's a very good organisation for us to be part of. It's dysfunctional and it's creating massive unemployment in countries like Romania and Bulgaria, and it's creating huge internal imbalances, structural imbalances.
So if you vote in the European elections, you're going to vote for the Brexit Party. They're going to be an MEP perhaps for a short time because then they would come out of Europe.
Yeah.
So do you think there's much point in voting in this election?
Oh, absolutely, because otherwise the political bubble down in Westminster will get their way rather than the people's way.
I just think it's very important today just to basically say not everybody in Scotland voted to remain. There was over 1 million people in Scotland voted to leave the EU. It's a bit of a letdown that we're still in, and I think it's very important that people in Scotland are heard that do want to leave the EU.
I'm here to support the Brexit Party because I very much want to leave Europe, and I've moved up to beautiful Scotland, and I think Scotland is very welcome to have independence, but it doesn't seem much point to actually have independence and then tie yourself up either fiscally or politically to another union where you don't have any say.
Well, hopefully they won't let the EU humiliate us anymore, because that's all they've done to Theresa May.
Do you think that there's anything good that's come of it? Come of the EU, I mean?
Ever, no.
Why do you think it's necessary to have a Brexit Party, which might well fold after the EU elections?
Well,
or after we leave the EU?
Yeah, I think the people that are in charge just now, who promised to do what they said they were going to do, have not done it. So they're not going to do it. And there's lots of deception at play, and there's lots of spin and media trying to convince us to have another vote. So I don't think anyone's going to be fooled. A lot of people are starting to see through all the lies and deception. I don't think they're going to be fooled as easily as they have done in the past, despite the BBC and other propaganda. So I think it's going to be something that's going to grow, and people's understanding of what the European Union is, I think, is actually going to grow as well. I think it's been something that a lot of people haven't paid attention to, but I think it's becoming obvious that it's quite an undemocratic system and it's really not good for Britain. So I think people will start to see that more and more as the issue becomes to the surface.
Can I ask you, do you think that Mr Farage represents everybody who voted to leave?
Yes, because of the man who spearheaded it since his career began in politics. He's been in the EU Parliament for all this time, and he knows what he's talking about. He knows who he's up against. He's seen the system fail us time and time again with the Labours, the Conservatives. The SNP have snuck themselves in with that, with the Labour in Scotland. That's divided the island, and as Farage is trying to unite us again.
Nazi scum off my street! Nazi scum off my street! Nazi scum off my street! My country's fascist!
Yeah, I'm not an but you're part of the against immigration, you're part of the against. I just went to I'm a gay nurse. Well, good for you then. I'm
Touch me with your Nigel Farage voting hand.
Can I ask you, why do you think they're Nazis?
Who are you?
I'm Phyllis Stephen from the Edinburgh Reporter.
Well, they practice white supremacy, UK supremacy, and just general supremacy. Their policies and all their rhetoric are anti-immigrant, anti-minority. They can say, "Oh, I've never," they always come out and say, "I'm not a personal racist. I've not said anything racist or whatever." But like their followers are racist.